Hello classes! Today is Friday, March 20th. I'm so happy to see you guys today. We made it through this first e-learning week together and I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so happy that we made music together over these days and I'm so proud of you guys for doing so well. We're about to go into spring break and I hope you all have a very relaxing and very refreshing spring break. But for today we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to look at a song and then we're going to look at a book. Now the song we're going to look at is called This Land Is Your Land, and you may have heard it before, but if not, I'm going to show you what it sounds like right now. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I love this song because it talks about all the different areas of the U.S. The U.S. is so big and we have such a different biome and such a different environments from one area to the next. We have the crazy hot weather over on the West Coast in California, but we also have redwood forests. And then we go into the mountain area and then there's these flat areas of plains where we live. Down south we have the Gulf Stream waters. It's very warm and almost like tropical down there in some places, very humid like in New Orleans. And then we have the areas over to the East Coast where we have the New York Island and we have more temperate climate kind of like we have here. It's such a diverse place and we have so many different types of weather and environments and stuff like that. And then also we have different people all over the country. And I love that it says this land is your land, this land is my land, and this land was made for you and me. So with all of our differences, the different places we live and the things that make us different special people, this land is still made for you and me. Excuse me, I have allergies. It's so dry here. So let's try it together. Let's start the beginning part. This land, one, and this land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Now there's a bunch of verses to this song. Woody Guthrie actually wrote this song and it was very popular in its time, but I like that there's a bunch of verses to this song, but we're not going to go through all of them, but I want to show you just one. This one is really awesome. It talks about the beautiful sky and the golden valleys in the U.S. As I was walking a ribbon of highway, I saw above me an endless skyway. I see below me a golden valley. This land was made for you and me. And there's more that talk about the beautiful scenery. If you've ever been anywhere out west, like if you've ever been to like Montana or Wyoming, those beautiful open skies are such a beautiful trademark, and there is a staple in the environment of America. And even my husband, who's not from the U.S., he's from Denmark. When he talks about all of the beautiful open skies, like in the central of America, how beautiful it is to just see sky forever. That is such it's such an American thing, and I think it's so beautiful to hear songs about it. So anyway, let's do the chorus one more time. This land is your land. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Let's do it one more time. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I absolutely love that song. I think it is so fun. It's a great one. It gets stuck in your head. And if you're ever interested, go ahead and look up all of the different verses. There's so many and they are so cool and so special. Now, for this next part, I want to move over to my kitchen table because I feel like there's better lighting over there. So give me just 1 second. Hopefully my camera doesn't fall off my tripod as it has a couple times. So you've probably noticed that my space here is super crowded, and it's because this has been my teaching area, my teaching headquarters over the past few, it feels like weeks, but it's only been days, and everything is just kind of everywhere, kind of like my desk at school. So in case you're wondering, my house doesn't always look like this, but so, oh, and then a little bit out of focus, so I'm gonna bring you a little bit more close. So this book is extremely special to me. I saw this book for the first time this past summer, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It is called Because. Now, I had heard about this book, being a music educator, but I hadn't read it before. I heard that it was wonderful, but I read it over the summer, and I fell in love with it. I had to buy it right away. In fact, I have 2 copies of it because I just love it so much. This book is all about the seed that plants in us when we are young, that gives us the inspiration and the drive to do what we love. And this book is all about how music gets instilled in us as children, and how just the things that we do, the way that we interact with the world, and the things that others do for us that lead us on the path to what we want to be. And this is all about music, but I think it rings true for everything, no matter what you want to be. But this book means so incredibly much to me because I see so much of myself in it. So I'm gonna try to get through it without crying. I don't think I've ever read this book without crying, so it's gonna be interesting. Because a man named Ludwig wrote beautiful music, a man named Franz was inspired to create his own. Because many years later, people wanted to hear Franz's beautiful music, they formed an orchestra. Because a man had practiced since he was a kid, he was asked to join. Because a woman studied night and day, she was also asked to play. Because many others loved and practiced their instruments, there were enough musicians. Because someone created a poster about Franz's music, tickets were sold. Because the train conductor stopped the train at the Grand Concert Hall, the orchestra conductor arrived. Because the orchestra librarian had copies of the score, the orchestra rehearsed. Because workers checked the lights and the seats and swept the floors, the grand hall was ready. And my husband and my dog just got home, so the joys of working at home are great. Hi, Cooper. Hi, honey. I'm recording a lesson for the kids right now, okay? Because the time had come, the ushers opened the doors. Because someone's uncle caught a cold, someone's aunt had an extra ticket for someone special. You can come up, you're fine. Because the usher helped the aunt and her special guest, they found their seats. Because everyone was there to hear beautiful music, it was quiet. Skip a page. There's a picture of the whole orchestra there. So awesome. And then once the music starts, it's colorful and beautiful. In row C, seat 14, she heard the beautiful music written by the man named Franz, and it changed her. The girl was changed. From that moment on, the girl learned everything she could about music. Soon she started to write music too, because like Franz, the young woman had something to share. Over time, the woman became very good because she worked very hard. One night, her music was discovered because she was also very lucky. Then she was invited to perform her music at the Grand Concert Hall because so many people wanted to hear it. Her composition was dedicated to the uncle in row C, seat 14, because it was his ticket that brought her here. And that night, someone else was changed. That is how it happens. And that is the end. And this book is just so incredibly important to me. I think it is absolutely, it's so beautiful. If you have a music teacher friend in your life, this is a great gift for them. It means so incredibly much to me. It makes me think back to my time when I first started to become interested in music and what inspired me. And there were so many things that inspired me, including my own music teacher when I was in elementary school. But I want you to look for inspiration around you. See what lights your heart and see what you think you want to do with the rest of your life, because there's so many beautiful things to do, and I hope that you find inspiration in your daily life. So, elementary kids, I actually have a small assignment for you for over spring break, and this is what it is. I'm so proud of the way you guys have handled this situation, and I want you guys to reach out to someone in your life. It's your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, your aunt, your uncle, a friend, a teacher. Send some sort of message to them to tell them hi, see how they're doing, check in and see how they're feeling during this unsure time. Send a text to your grandma, ask your mom or dad to send a text to your grandma and say, hi grandma, I'm thinking of you, I love you. Send a video to your classroom teacher saying hi and that you miss them, because I know that they all miss you. We miss you guys so incredibly much. But I want to make sure that we still continue to be good to each other, continue to be kind to each other, and remember this time for the good things, not the bad things. So that's your assignment. Reach out to someone that you love and tell them, I love you and I miss you and I can't wait to see you. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great spring break. I will see you guys on March 30th. That is not this coming Monday, but next Monday. I hope you have a great, relaxing spring break. I hope you stay well. I love you guys, and I hope to see you guys soon.